Our next poet is called Salma Ehab.
بقيت الاطرس معاكي في ايه؟ رغبتك مشجعين
My poem does not have a title, so I'm just going to go ahead.
Go, Demi.
This is not the beginning of my poem. This is where a wrinkling man who cannot see and wears underwear up to his spits teaches his grandson where to aim. His eyes fall to their limit and his teeth smell like decay, but he cannot die. Not until his grandson knows how to. Not until his grandson knows how to die properly. Like a man. This is where a tired grandmother, eyes of pearls, hands of stardust, knocking knees, reads and rereads yellowing articles of victory. She teaches him to be famous. She teaches him how to be properly famous. Ever since he grew in her daughter's belly, she made him uniforms of broad and clean buttons to put together sides that still have not come together. This is where breasts and button-collared hold their breath and smile at thanks. She teaches him to be accepting. She teaches him to be quiet. Sagging elbows and empty shoes give away a lot. His mother tells him there's no greater way to live. She cannot smile without turning his insides out. She has done this to him. She has given him his short hair, stubby beard, and impossible crooked teeth. This is where after work in the attic his father shows him how to hold it. He shows him how to shoot it. This is where his father teaches him how to be a man. Be a man, he says. Be a man, he screams. My poem has no beginning. My poem has lost all hopes of a start when in nooses of ties, appointments, and disappointments, irrelevant men have decided to set irrelevant feuds. Now here, this is not where the poem picks up. It has no momentum. My poem has no format. It has no structure. My poem has no literary value. My poem is impartial. It is rubble and it is chance. It is charismas and promises of happy nights and incredible expansions across oneself and between folds of drama. My poem is easily influenced. You see, my poem had mentors who taught how to balance a gun with a hand and 2 children, a house with a backyard, a job with an office, camp with a view, 3 magazine subscriptions and teeth whitener with the other. My poem was taught that there is nothing more glorifying, nothing more rewarding, nothing as beloved as taking a man's life over caffeinated land and drug dust. This poem learned that blind men lead the direction best, that ugly women fall in love with uniforms, and that nothing makes a man out of a man than the skin and dead eyes of another man. This poem has electrostatic fingers, a magnetic uruka, and a fear of picking up pen to paper, but this poem can march 3 days straight, perform surgery on 7 dying men, and hold velvet guns all the same. This still is not the beginning of my poem, because my poem went to war and returned a soldier. My poem is a soldier. You are my poem, you are my poem, you are my poem, and I am my poem. And my arms spit only bullets. My back does not stand straight, it stands routinely. My feet do not move forward, they move robotically. They move like machinery across land I am yet to fancy. They move over bodies I have loved, too little, too late. My father is proud of the man I've become. My mother is thankful I lost only a hand, and my grandfather is dead. He does not know I cry every time I hear helmets. She does not know that of all the things I've lost, I miss my hand the most, because now I cannot carry the weight of the world and the heart of my poems only on my shoulder, and my grandfather died even though I tried. I am wasted. I am wasted. I am a wasted oasis on a very dull valley, and I have potential. I had an incredible desire to live, and I had an irredeemable apps for salvation. I had a muse who urged me to set the world on fire, and now I smoke cigarettes because I want to set myself on fire. I used to be my own world. I used to be midnight poetry and starlit jazz. I used to be Dali and Ginsberg and Tesla. I used to be the entire damn spectrum across tea and macrooms. I used to write feverishly, urgently. Now I can't, not at all. And at exactly 3 a.m. and 37 minutes, I think, what Shakespeare would have written had he gone to war. Would he find empathy between rationing and medicine? Would he find disaster among smiles and sonnets and letters back in time? Or would he have found the sunset too beautiful to be involved in a matter so mortal? Would Shakespeare have fallen in love had he went to war? And now I lay above no ground, and amidst space and expanding space, I am only matter, and I am only particles. I have democratized my thoughts and I have repressed my cancer. Now this poem is dead, we're breathing. Now I can feel air pass through my nose and down my lungs, and I am breathing and it stops there. I have survived the war, but I haven't survived my militarization. I've survived the war, I did not survive the battle. You have conquered the desolate fields of my mind. You have made land of my cheeks and property of my shoulders. You have imperialized me, and now I'm transparent. You have made of my tongue a political movement. You have dehumanized me, and now I'm guilty. I am guilty of finding life between dying soldiers. I am guilty of your imposed apathy. I am guilty of romanticizing blood oozing out of fingertips and blood spilling from ears and blood and guts and guts and blood and guts, and now I have forgotten everything. I have forgotten everything but the number of stars on my uniform, and I have forgotten everything but the number of stars buried below me. This is the end of my poem.